Hi guys, how's it going? This is finally time. It's the day arrived. It's time to put up our steels. We've been busy doing these retaining walls. Here's our first padstone. That's in level with this next padstone, and you can see we've cut out the wall to allow for quite a tall steel really. This is the second steel. It will go on the front. I've cut a little bit off there at an angle. Reason being, you'll see just now, it will sit on that padstone there, and then there's a bit of an angle there at the wall. Just want to get the most as we can bearing on the wall, on the padstone, sorry. Okay, this was the big steel we were putting in. It was 600 kilos, massive lump of a steel. So we had the high-ab down to help us get it in place. Shout out to Milwaukee, put on left hand side of the screen. Okay, it was a bit of shifting, moving it around, getting it into a good place. We actually had to lift this steel a couple of times and do a couple of odd little moves before we could get the reach to actually lift it in place. So as you can see, we've managed to get it over now just to the first spot where we're going to put it down, get it on some bearers. The reason we put it on bearers is obviously now when we take the weight off, we can take the strops off and there's space underneath the steel to move the strops around and slide them around. So we've placed the strops. We want to upright the steel. There's a way of doing this. We put the strops, as you can see me pointing them out, one on one side of the steel so it bites, and the other on the other side of the steel so it bites. My nice little hand gesture there, that just shows that the steel will upright as we lift it. Not sure why I was staring at the screen for so long there, but that's me setting up the camera again for our next lift. And you can see the lorry's now moved. I'm just cutting some DPC to put underneath the steels. The lorry's in a better position now. You can see where the high-up crane is. It'll be right in the centre and we'll be able to get the steel in no problem. Okay, this next bit is a little bit boring and there's not loads going on, so I'm going to speed it up and play some cool music. Okay, you can probably see there's some conversations going on and we can't get the steel to fit. The high-ab can't come quite across enough as the sky dish is in the way. So there's some dodgy readjustments at the moment going to go on. We're going to double wrap the strops, just lower the high-ab's jib height just so we can get a bit closer to the house. Does mean we've got to push the strops closer together, obviously, but let's hope with this little double wrap and choke we'll be able to get there in the end. Right, we've made the readjustments. You can see the strops are quite close together, but we've got a hand on the load as well, so nothing should move around too much. And now that we can get the crane height a bit lower, we should be able to slide in close enough to the house and just slot the steel straight in place. I forgot to say earlier, the DPC that we've put in place, that's just to stop any sort of damp rising up through. And we'll put some more as well when we do our initial round of blocks before we build up the timber frames. But you can see now that we have done this little double wrap, getting very close to the body, and
Thank you.
simple. That was just us taking the measurements, making sure the steel's in the central position. You didn't see it in the video, but we chucked a level on it, and pad stones are in the right place, and yeah, the steel worked out really good. So we're jumping on to the next steel now, the front one. It's way lighter, only 200 kilos, so the hire will get this from where it is. Doesn't really need to move around much, just needs to step out the way. And we're going to land it on the front. This should go a lot smoother, just using one strop, so everything should happen a lot quicker. Cue the ship music. Typically the camera ran out of memory just before we landed this one, but can assure you it went in place, perfect, level, and the job was all done.